Classification of organic compounds. Organic compounds are classified into two main categories: open-chain organic compounds and closed-chain organic compounds. Open-chain organic compounds are further divided into two main groups: straight-chain organic compounds and branched-chain organic compounds. Open-chain organic compounds are those compounds which contain open chains of carbon atoms in their molecules. For example, ethane, propane, butane, etc. Usually, it has this type of carbon chain. We can see that in these molecules, carbon atoms are joined together in a straight chain. On the other side, branched chain organic compounds are those compounds which contain branched chain of carbon atoms. For example, isopentane. In this molecule, these four carbon atoms form a straight chain, but this fifth carbon is separated from the open chain and linked with the second carbon atom. So it forms a branched chain of carbon atoms. Thus we learn that open chain organic compounds are divided into straight or branched chain. Now what about closed chain organic compounds? Well, closed chain organic compounds are divided into homocyclic and to heterocyclic organic compounds. The word homo means same, so homocyclic are those organic compounds which are made up of only carbon atoms. Generally, homocyclic organic compounds are called carbocyclic compounds. Homocyclic organic compounds are further divided into alicyclic and aromatic. Alicyclic are those organic compounds which contain carbon atoms joined in the form of a ring. For example, cyclopropane, cyclobutane, etc. The structure of cyclopropane is like a triangle. The structure of cyclobutane is like a square. We can see that the structure of all these organic compounds are cyclic, which contain carbon ring. That's why we call them carbocyclic compounds. Secondly, aromatic compounds are those organic compounds which contain alternate single and double bond between the carbon atoms. For example, benzene. In this organic compound, carbon atoms are joined together by alternate single and double bond. It also contains only carbon ring, so it is also known as a carbocyclic organic compound. Thus remember that homocyclic organic compounds are divided into alicyclic and aromatic organic compounds. Alicyclic organic compounds contain carbon ring having single bonds, while aromatic organic compounds also contain carbon ring but having alternate single and double bonds. Now what about heterocyclic organic compounds? Well, the word hetero means different. So heterocyclic are those organic compounds whose ring is made up of one or more atoms like nitrogen, oxygen, sulfur, etc. Heterocyclic organic compounds are further divided into alicyclic and aromatic organic compounds. Alicyclic are those organic compounds which contain one or more atoms in their ring like nitrogen, oxygen and sulfur, but they have single bond. For example, tetrahydropyrrole and tetrahydrofuran. We can see that these rings contain either sulfur, nitrogen or oxygen atom in their respective rings, but they all have single bonds. Therefore, we call these organic compounds as heterocyclic organic compounds. Secondly, aromatic organic compounds are those compounds which contain one or more atoms like nitrogen, oxygen, sulfur in their rings, but they have alternate single and double bonds. For example, thiophene, furan, etc. Hence remember that heterocyclic are those organic compounds which contain either nitrogen, sulfur or oxygen in their respective rings, but they have alternate single and double bonds. Finally, let me quickly teach you that how we can easily classify organic compounds. This organic compound is open chain or straight chain organic compound because it contains straight carbon chain. This organic compound is homocyclic or alicyclic organic compound because it contains only carbon ring. Secondly, all carbon atoms have single bonds. This organic compound is heterocyclic or aromatic because it contains atom like oxygen and the ring. Secondly, it contains alternate single and double bonds. This is also heterocyclic or alicyclic organic compound because it contains atom like nitrogen and the ring. Secondly, it contains single bonds. This is homocyclic or aromatic organic compound because it contains carbon ring. Secondly, it has alternate single and double bond. This is open chain or branch chain organic compound because it contains branch chain of carbon atoms. Thus, by this way, we can classify millions of organic compounds. I hope that you have learned all about the classification of organic compounds.